Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Thursday. On my end, we getting a little icy mix over here, man. So we gonna stay indoors for today. We gonna stay safe. We ain't gonna risk it out here, man. But what's the word? How everybody living on this Thursday? Talk to me before I start talking to y'all. Y'all see the title of this stream? We talking about being a man of principles, not problems. So we gonna break down what the word principle mean, and we're gonna break down why it's important as a man that you come with principles. Terenzo, my brother, peace, what's happening? Montel, peace, what's the word? How we living, how we feeling? Magic Realms, peace, what's happening? Miss Donnie, peace, what's going on with you, Queen Javon? Peace, what's the word? Montel, everything is smooth, man. Everything is all good. Like I said, we stand out the way. We got a little icy mix over here, but we good. Miss Donnie for sure. Oh yeah, the word is coming today. Ricky, peace, what's happening with you, my brother? The Mario, peace, what's happening? What's the word? Just Peace Queen, what's happening? Antonio, my brother, for sure. Yeah, I just got indoors, man. The ice is coming down out there, man. So we got to stay safe out here, man. Safe travels, my brother. Because people drive like fools when the weather get a little bad. But yeah, we talking about the importance of principles today, man. This was inspired by, if you're not familiar with the pharaoh Akhenaten, I suggest you study the Egyptian pharaoh there back in the day. That's your ancestor there. But this particular stream was inspired kind of by his story, Akhenaten. If you're not familiar with the Egyptian pharaoh, study him, and you can see why this inspired this particular stream. God is peace, Queen. What's happening? Terenzo, there we go. Let's get it. I got my leg day coming tomorrow. You already know. But yeah, we talking about principles. Shantae, peace, Queen, what's happening? C Square, peace, what's happening with you? And I feel like that's a big part of the problem that we face today, man. A lot of brothers don't have principles, meaning things that they stand on or stand for. A lot of brothers don't have principles. A lot of sisters don't have principles. But it's very important for the man to have some principles. It's very important for the man to have rules and regulations. That's what we call laying down the law. Ray Sean, peace, what's happening? When you look up the definition of the word principle, one of the definitions for the word principle is an accepted or professed rule of action or conduct. Let me reread that to you. One of the definitions of the word principle is an accepted or professed rule of action or conduct. Every man should be coming with some principles. So basically, a principle is a law. It's a rule. It's a regulation. Every man should come into a situation with rules and regulations, man. Every man should have things that he just won't tolerate. Every man should have a set of rules and regulations that he follows that elevates his health, elevates his mental, elevates his physical. We should all have these principles. We should all have these laws, these rules and regulations. That's why physically our health is all out of whack, and mentally our health is out of whack, because we don't have these principles. We don't have these foundations. We don't have these laws. We don't have these regulations. We just living freely out here, doing kind of whatever it is that we want to do, and that's leading to the destructions of our minds and our bodies. And so this goes for my sisters, man. If you come across a brother that they don't have any principles, they don't have any things that they stand for, you might want to reevaluate that situation. You may not want to enter a relationship with said individual, because that's very important, man. If a man is not coming to you with some laws, with some rules and regulations, like, man, I don't do this, I don't do X, Y, and Z. Like somebody such as myself, I don't drink. Like, I don't care what the occasion is. I don't drink. That's a principle. That's something I stand for, and I'm never going to deviate from that. I don't drink, never have, never will. It's not something that I do. Y'all know the way that I eat. That's another one of my principles. I don't eat the meat. I don't eat the dairy products. It's a principle. It's something that I stand for. I'm never deviating from that. That's something that I'm bringing to the table. That's the laws, the rules and regulations. If you're dealing with me, then this is what you're dealing with. This is what you're gonna be dealing with until I go to the grave. Like, this is something that I stand for. The way that I conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my principle, man. The way that I conduct myself in public and in private. You know, I speak when I have something to say. That's a principle. It's a principle. I don't like to engage in mindless chatter. I don't like to engage in a bunch of gossip. You know what I'm saying? So if it's gossip and mindless chatter, I'm not engaging in it. So that's a principle. That's something that I stand for, stand on, never deviating from it. You know, so you got to come across a brother that has things that he stands for, man. Again, that's the foundation. So if a brother don't have a set of principles, foundation is rocky. So if you get with this brother, nothing good is going to come out of that. Big dog, peace, what's happening? Oscar, peace, what's the word? Ricky, exactly. And that's the cliche, but it's an actual fact. It's the reality. And the reason why I said this was inspired by Akhenaten, the Egyptian pharaoh back in the day, if you all know his story, like, he was a man of peace, almost to a fault, but his principle was peace. You know what I'm saying? He didn't believe in warfare. Like, he was not, he didn't believe in any of that. He didn't want to retaliate, bloodshed. He didn't believe in it. That went against his principles. You know, so even when people invaded his property, like, he didn't retaliate. He never deviated from his principles, and he took that to his grave. Like I said, people would analyze his story and be like, man, he was about peace, but to a fault. You know what I'm saying? If somebody, you know, violates you, then you're supposed to respond. But no, he stood on his principles. And you got to respect that. I don't care if you disagree with the principles, but you got to respect a person that stands for something, even if it's something that you disagree with. Like, hey, Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't necessarily care for them, but man, I gotta respect them, man, because they stand for some things. They stand for some things, and they for the most part don't deviate from what they stand for. Like I said, I don't necessarily agree with them, but man, you gotta respect it. I gotta respect the principles, man. I gotta respect what they stand for. I gotta respect the fact that they devout and they don't deviate from what it is that they stand for, and they relentless in regards to trying to convert you over to that lifestyle, because they truly believe what it is that they are pushing to the people. You know, so I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it. You know, so even if you disagree with a person's principles, man, the fact that they stand on them and stand for them, you gotta respect it, man. Gotta respect it. And that's how I felt studying the story of Akhenaten. Like, I don't necessarily agree with his principles, hey, but he was a man of principles, and he stood for his principle. He stood on them. He was like, I don't care what somebody does, I'm never gonna deviate from what I stand for. And he didn't. He took that to his grave. I think he died at like 31. And he never deviated from his principles. Gotta respect that. You cannot be mad at a man that when his word is his bond. When he tell you he's not gonna do something, or he gonna do something and he does it. When he tell you this is something that I don't do and he never does it. Gotta respect that. Gotta respect it. Chris, peace, what's happening? Magic rims for sure. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like the monks, like the samurais. Again, and this goes to the ladies. Like, you got it. When you searching for that man, see what he stands for. And like I said, man, a lot of brothers, like, the code, the principles are gone. Even when we go to the streets and we start talking about a lot of things that's going on in the streets, the principles are gone. Like we used to talk about back in the day. It used to be rules and regulations and principles. You didn't touch the babies. You didn't touch the elders. You didn't touch the women. That's out the window because we don't have any principles. We lost the principles. Back in the day, like, if you caught your enemy lacking and slacking, but he had his kids and the babies in the car, you didn't touch him. You didn't touch him. That was the principle. Like, nah, man, we not, listen, man. I caught him lacking, caught him slacking, but he had the babies in the car. We'll catch him some other time when he by himself. That's a principle. Principles, rules, regulations, laws, things that made sense. You know what I'm saying? But now, don't matter. Babies in the car, we still shoot the car up. Elders in the car, we still shoot the car up. Women in the crib, we still shooting the crib up. It don't matter. Principles gone, laws gone, regulations gone. Jay Will, for sure. For sure. And for the most part, if you are a man with a powerful enough magnetic, then the woman is basically just going to enforce the principles that you come up with or that you come into the relationship with. She is going to enforce them. So she is going to be a reflection of the principles that you brought into the relationship. If your magnetic is powerful enough, you know, of course, she should have some morals, some things that she stands for. But for the most part, when it comes to you all unifying and laying the law down in regards to creating a universe, she gonna enforce the laws that you bring to the table, the laws that you create, the laws that you create. But individually, of course, she should have some morals, man. It's just some decency about herself. It's a self-respect and all of that good stuff. So yeah, Jay Will for sure. Terenzo for sure. Definitely documentation with the code. Definitely. See, Square, what you said, man with principles is a man of discipline. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely. That's all that it is. That's all that it is, man. It's just discipline. But again, man, just how many people come into situations with no principles? Like, how many people have actually sat and thought about their principles? Like, what are some things that's like, all right, this is what I do, and I'm never deviating from it. This is what I will not tolerate. A lot of people don't know these things because a lot of people haven't thought about them. Big Smooth Piece, what's happening? Ricky, appreciate that donation. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, like I said, man, what are some things that you stand for? Like I mentioned a few things, man, but what are some things that you all will not tolerate? And if it happens, it's like, man, we gone. Like I'm dipping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are some things that you stand for? What are some of y'all principles? You know, I know y'all got some principles for me. You know, when you step into a relationship, what are some things that it's like, all right, this is my law. This is what I'm bringing here. You know what I'm saying? If this law is disrespected, then I got to go. You know, what are some things that you all stand for, man? Just shoot some things my way. I didn't already mention a few things on my end personally. But what are some of you all's principles that if violated, that's the deal breaker for you? Whether it's friendships, relationships, whatever the case. When somebody violates your principles, again, I broke down the definition of principle, and basically a principle is the law. You know what I'm saying? So what happens to somebody, what's supposed to happen to somebody that breaks the law? They are supposed to be punished. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when somebody violates your principles, which are your laws, then that is why you remove yourself from that situation, from that environment. That's the punishment. You know what I'm saying? You violated my laws, therefore, all right, this friendship, this relationship, over with. Over with. Norbit, peace, what's happening? Jay Will, exactly. That's why I do not fool with gossip. And one of the things that I wrote down in reference to why the world is the way that it is, when I broke down principle, and basically a principle is a law. So I had to break things down, okay? Because a law, that's like a loose term. Because in the United States, we have a law. We have the law. And like I said, what's supposed to happen to people that break the law? They supposed to be punished. Well, we know in the United States, things don't really go accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have been falsely accused and we've been falsely punished for things that we didn't do. And a lot of times we got individuals that don't look like us that have committed the same crimes that don't receive punishments, or their punishment or their sentence is a lot lighter than if somebody such as myself or somebody that looks like you all did that same crime. So when it comes to the law is only as powerful as those that enforce the law. Same with your principles. Same with your principles. So the principles are only as strong as the people that enforce the principles. So back to when I was talking about being in the streets, somewhere down the line, the people that created these principles, these rules and regulations, they stopped enforcing them. So now we got the youth today acting like we never had these principles in the first place. Like I said, at one point, if you caught your enemy lacking and the babies was in the car, the rule was to not spray the vehicle up with the babies in the car. somewhere down the line, that law stopped being enforced. And that's how we have the situation that we have today. You know, so it's up to those who create the, we have to enforce the law. If we don't enforce the law, the younger generation, they lose it. Matter of fact, they don't even lose it because they never knew that it existed in the first place. So it's lawlessness out here because we stopped enforcing it. So again, laws and principles are only as strong as those who enforce them. So you got to enforce the principles. You got to enforce the laws. And that's what's happening in society today. We're not enforcing the laws. We're not enforcing the principles. And that's how we got a bunch of random weird stuff that's happening out here. Hey, yo, peace, what's happening? Salacious, peace, what's the word? Terenzo for sure. And again, just like when you go against, I look at it as going against nature. Going against nature is going against yourself. So when you go against the universal laws of nature, that's destruction is headed your way. Hence, what's happening in the world today. You know what I'm saying? These white folks trying to control and manipulate Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't like that. So we get hit with a lot of weird situations that causes destruction because we tampering with Mother Nature. That's them going against nature, causing destruction, self-destruction. That's suicide. So that's what happens when you kind of go against your principles, go against your rules and regulations. It's almost like one of my principles is the way that I eat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm plant-based, I'm vegan. I don't eat the meat, I don't eat the dairy. Well, what happens if I go against my principle and consume some dairy? Man, my body is going to self-destruct on me. My body is going to respond negatively to me going against my principle, me going against my law that I set for myself. You know, so we gotta that's what happens when we go against our principles. That's what happens. It's self-destruction. You know, so when you lay the law down to yourself, to your family, to your universe, gotta enforce them joints. And in a relationship, that's why we say the woman, she's the enforcer. You know, so if you the man and you lay the law down, she's supposed to enforce it. Then there we go. The universe is operating smoothly, efficiently. But if you the man, if you lay the law down and she doesn't enforce them, then guess what? Got a crazy household. Got a chaotic household because she's not enforcing the law. The law was created, but it's not being enforced. So the kids doing whatever it is they want to do. And now they are bad, so to speak. Oh, Terenzo for sure. They don't even live by hermetic principles behind closed doors. They have openly admitted that a lot of these cats in Hollywood and all of that then let you know that they live by the hermetic principles. They let you know. They let you know. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they do it with the door wide open. We just don't, you know what I'm saying? The masses just don't pick up on it, or they just don't even care. Big Smooth, 100%. 100% leads to earthquakes. And that's essentially what happens. You know, when we go against the laws and we go against the principles, whether it's universal laws or whether it's principles that we created, that's self-destruction. That's chaos. That's toxicity, whatever you want to call it. And that's basically where we are at today. We don't have, people are not enforcing the law. They're not enforcing the principles. They're not enforcing things that need to be enforced. You know, that's how we have these situations that we have with things like gender. You know what I'm saying? Like, they done took over with that. Now they enforcing their law on us. And they making us accept their law, you know, and that's what's happening. That's why that joint is looking like it's the new norm. You know, they got control of these principles and these laws that, you know what I'm saying, the masses are adhering to. You know, they control public opinion because they control what the public sees. So now what the public sees, for the most part, is becoming the new law, becoming the new norm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about without me having to mention it. but I'm gonna mention it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Again, we talk about the homosexual agenda, which people swear don't exist, but that's part of the new law, new principles. It's new principle. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the new law. That's the new law of the land. That's the new norm. You know, you watching something on you watching something on Netflix, Hulu, TV, whatever the case. That element has to be incorporated because that's the new norm. That's the new law. It's the new principle, and they're gonna make you accept it because they can control what you see. CEO, peace. What's happening? Melchizedek, you say, can a man of principle be that in a fraudulent society? Yes, indeed. He may not be a popular person and he may not even succeed in life, but he could definitely, a man of principle can definitely exist in a fraudulent society. Most definitely. Most definitely. Like I said, being a man of principle, being a righteous man ain't necessarily going to be easy when you're in a fraudulent society, when you're in a wicked society, but it can be done. It can be done. It can easily be done, you know, for sure. Like I said, you're gonna get met with a lot of resistance, but that's life, man. Anytime you strive to do anything positive, the resistance will follow you. The negativity will follow you. It's just part of the game. Just part of the game. You going against the momentum of the world. The momentum of the world is negative, toxic. So when you say, nah, I'm gonna be righteous, I'm gonna be positive, I'm gonna be healthy, you're going against the momentum. That's all resistance. You know, you the minority at that particular point. And that's sad, but it's the reality. You the minority when you say, man, listen, I'm striving to be positive. I'm striving to be a man of principles. You the minority. So people gonna look at you like, hey, this dude, what is this dude on? Like this dude don't drink. Like, man, I'm telling you, just the fact that I don't drink when I go to places, people, it's like it's when people see that I'm not folding, it's like that. They be looking at me like, they like this dude, that's crazy. Because I stand for something. You know, I didn't been on the same vibe for like the last 12, 13 years. And it's like when people see that, you know what I'm saying, they are astonished by it because they like, man, I can't believe like you was on this stuff 10 plus years ago and you still own it. Like, what you mean, man? Because this stuff I stand for. You was on this black stuff 10 years ago, you still own it. Of course. This wasn't no trend for me. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a trend. Told y'all back in the day, I'm gonna always be on this type of vibe. This is my foundation. It's my foundation. It's part of me. Never gonna deviate from it. It's certain things I'm gonna always talk about. It's certain things that I'm gonna always stand for. They be like, oh man, you weren't fooling with corporate America back. You really not fooling with corporate. I told y'all. You know, I told you this has always been a part of me, man. I've never changed. My image has been the same for the longest. I ain't cut no hair. Like I've not sold myself out, and I'm still thriving. I'm still living. So it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible to live in this world full of sellouts and not be a sellout. You know, it's very possible. Magic Ring, yeah, the non-binary, gender fluid, new norm. You know what I'm saying? They done created new laws, right? You know, because we got punked out of enforcing, you know what I'm saying, the natural law. Lano Peace, what's happening? Big Smooth. Hey, I like that acronym. I like that breakdown for sure. Thunder Scorpion Peace. What's happening, my brother? Oh, Shantae, yeah, for sure. I remember back when I was changing up, they told me it was a phase. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, he's just going through a phase. He gonna go back to normal in probably a few years or a few months. Literally, they considered it a phase. You know, like, nah, this not a phase. Like, this is my life. Like, this is me. This is my culture. These are my principles. These are things that I stand for. Like, I'm race first. So, like, my perspective towards things always remain the same in regards to that. Like, I haven't wavered for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So again, man of principles. It's just certain things that I stand for. And if you ask me like it's certain questions, if you ask me, I'm gonna give you the same answer every time. Every time. I don't care whether it's controversial or not. You know, I have situations like there's questions that if you ask me that question 100 times, I'm gonna give you the same answer 100 times because my perspective has not changed on some of these things, and that's my foundation. That is my foundation. J Peace, what's happening? Definitely a part of manhood, womanhood, all of that, you know. But like I said, people don't have the principles, or we have you have a system where you had the principles on a corrupt and weak foundation. Basically, the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like the United States has laws, but it's on a corrupt and wicked and weak foundation. So they have laws, they have constitutions and things like that. So they have principles, but the foundation of that constitution of those laws wicked, weak, is corrupt. You know, so they enforce them when they want to enforce them. That's what we tend to have these days. People enforce their principles when it's convenient for them. Just like a lot of religious folks, they enforce the Bible or the Quran when it's convenient for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the world that we live in. We only enforcing these rules and regulations when it makes sense for us. Hey, Delana. Oh man, whoo. Hey, Delana, we gonna put that. We gonna put that on. Tierra, Peace, what's that? We gonna put that on the screen though for sure. Terenzo, definitely. World War III, you know what I'm saying? It's happening right, you know what I'm saying? Right underneath us. Right underneath us. I told them they done been distracted us with all this Kardashian, Kanye, garbage trash that's going on whole while. We about to go to war probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of stuff that we own out here. But Delano, you said to me, church started the homosexual stuff. Boys around women all the time and no men. Ooh, you gonna ruffle feathers with that one. Ooh, don't get me started on them choir directors. That let's go ahead and let me chill out, bro. Let me chill out. Let me chill out. But my man Delano gonna ruffle the feathers with that, man. You know what I'm saying? He said it. He said it. They ain't gonna like that one. They ain't gonna like that one at all. Kevin, appreciate that donation for sure. But yeah, man, principles, man. Like I got things, like I said, that I just won't tolerate, won't deal with. Even with my language, it's certain words that I don't utilize because I don't want to give people the wrong impression. You know, I tell people all the time I'm not religious, so I try to make sure I don't use religious terminology so that you won't get confused, so that you won't get the wrong impression. It's principles. Since I'm not religious, I feel like it's unfair for me to use the terminology, so I don't use it. You know, y'all have like, hey, I don't know how long y'all been tapped into me, but I'm pretty sure y'all have never heard me utilize religious terminology. Like, I don't even use the language. I don't use the language at all. And I do that for a reason. It's my principle. Like, that's not my way of life. Therefore, I don't use the terminology. Even if I can decipher, even if I can break down the terminology in another way to make it I'm not doing that. I just will find other words to utilize. You know, so I'm very mindful of how I conduct myself speech wise, what the Buddhists call right speech. I try to make sure I utilize that so you know exactly where I'm coming from, so you will not be confused. You know, so I do that intentionally. I choose my words very wisely. People still get confused, people still get it misconstrued, but hey, it ain't because I'm misleading you. It ain't because I'm leading somebody on. I know that much. You know, so I'm real mindful in regards to the language that I utilize. Like I said, even if I can break down some deeper meaning, we got to speak in layman terms. So I got to speak in terms where the average person understands. So I'm not going to utilize certain words because they're going to associate it with something that I don't want them to associate it with. You know, so that's why I'm real mindful in regards to my words. That's a principle, right speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you talk? What words do you utilize? Your language. We all talk about vibrations, like your language, your words, they carry vibrations. So, you know what I'm saying? Are you mindful of your speech? That's a principle. That's something to stand for. Jasmine Peach Queen, what's happening? Oh, Magic for sure. Jay, yeah, having a code. Yeah, exactly. And that's basically principle. Code, like, it's basically all the same. Basically all the same. What they cost it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even back in the day when we had what was called the bro code. Like, I don't even think that exists anymore. But that was a principle. You know what I'm saying? It was called the bro code. You know, like if I'm talking to somebody, if I'm talking to a chick and we stop talking as the bro code, you're not supposed to talk to her. That's the principle. And if you violate that code, then we got to reevaluate this friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like your homie, all your homies, chicks that he talking to, they supposed to be off limits. That was the bro code. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I don't know if they got a cis code, but I know we had the bro code. And you could tell a lot about a brother if he violated that bro code. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking, if I call myself being cool with you, if you was talking to some ladies, they was off limits to me from that point forward. I'm like, man, you talk to my homeboy, I would never talk to you. I'm adhering to the bro code. He had real feelings for you. You broke up with him, whatever the case may be. The code says I'm not talking to you. Like, I don't care. But the bro code, I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, man, that don't exist anymore. Dudes don't care these days. That used to be a thing. That literally used to be a thing, man. That used to be a big thing. Like, nah, man, you talk to the homie. Nah, I ain't fooling with you. Not only did that said a lot about the women. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, why are you trying to talk to, you didn't talk to my homie. Now you trying to talk to me knowing we cool. You know what I'm saying? So that code used to reveal a lot, but now there is no code. Based off of my observation and dealings with young bulls, the bro code is no more. There is no bro code. Aqua, peace, what's happening? Aqua Dragon. Dean, peace, what's the word? Magic, hey, the Eightfold Path book for sure. Yeah, right speech, right mindfulness, right intention, right thoughts, all of that good stuff, man. Hey, study Buddhism, man. CEO, yeah, bro code dead. Yeah, it's big dead. And it will not be resurrected. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we used to have that bro code. Like, nah, hold on. Like, you ain't, and again, and sadly enough, that's how you used to reveal things about women. Like, dude, that's when you would start putting the word out, like, hey man, she was trying to talk to me whole while talking to the homie. Don't fool with her. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I'm saying? That's how things circulated. Because we had bro code. Nowadays, like, the code is dead, so that's more dangerous. Because now dudes ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you have a lady out here talking to 3 dudes that's supposed to be cool, but ain't nobody saying nothing because we not adhering to the code. Back in the day, that would have ended. Like, nah, nope. Why you trying to talk to me? You talking to homeboy. Circulate it. Tell everybody, don't trust her. She tripping. She trying to talk to the homie. She trying to talk to 3 dudes and we all cool. Don't fool with her. Reputation all bad. I'm not even like, man, back in high school, man, I didn't talk to plenty of chicks because I heard things about them for breaking the code. Going to get, like, I heard things, rumors, it wasn't even rumors, truth circulated because they was doing things they weren't supposed to be doing. So I'm like, oh, okay, I already know what's up about this individual. Jay, that was my code in college. And I tried to put people on game. It wasn't even touching because I was at a predominantly white college. So I said, when they start drinking, I'm gone. I'm leaving. The moment these white chicks started getting drunk, I was like, I'm gone. I don't care what it. As soon as one of them gets drunk, it's time for me to leave the function. Time for me to leave the function. Last thing I need to happen is for the last thing a white chick remember, or last person or last face a white chick remember seeing before she blacked out was my face. Then she ended up raped or something. And then nah. Nope. So I said, all right, once they start bringing the drinks out, your boy dipping. Your boy gone. I ain't fool with the, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fool with the white chicks, no way. But I'm like, I'm not even about to place myself in that environment. So I stopped fooling with them when they was drinking, period. And I just started minding my business. That stuff wasn't for me anyway. You know, freshman year, I tried to entertain it, but my rule was like, all right, man, once they start drinking, I got to go. I ain't getting accused of nothing. I'm a football player on this campus. I got this distinctive look. Nope, I'm gone. All right, you know. So that was one of my codes for sure. You ain't never hear me getting accused of anything because I wasn't around. Everybody saw me leave. You know what I'm saying? He left. Four Elements, peace. What's happening? Walker for for sure. C Square, you say jail. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of factors in regards to homosexuality. We ain't gonna get started on the Greeks and all of that, or what they introduced to the people. We ain't gonna get started on that though. Oh yeah, Dean, yeah, the codes are dead. Yeah, codes are dead. Definitely influenced a lot by the entertainment industry for sure. Tierra, 100% had sense, had it early, wasn't getting caught up in nothing. You know, I ain't had no intentions. You know, but that don't mean anything. All the white chick had to say was, "Oh, last thing I remember seeing was him." That's it. So now I was like, "All right, cool. Once y'all start drinking, I'm gone. I'm not about to be in that type of environment with these white chicks drinking. No, no, that didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, why would y'all want to stick around? You know? But I'm like, all right, I'm removing myself from said situation. And still, for the life of me, I got pet peeves. One of my biggest pet peeves is being around women that drink. I actually cannot stay. I cannot stand a drunk woman. That, and I've talked about this before. That annoys me like no other. It's sickening. Like I for the life of me, I can't understand why you would want to, especially when I'm out in public. It's sickening to me to see a woman get sloppy drunk around a bunch of strangers. Like that never sits well. That doesn't sit well with me. Like that is one of my biggest pet peeves. I don't that's just not wise, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like you in this club environment and you get sloppy drunk to the point where you're not gonna be able to remember anything. Like I can't I don't like that. Like I cannot like I've been that way for a very long time. I cannot stand it. Like if you and my screen out here tripping. But yeah, if you are a woman, don't ever come around me drunk. You know what I'm saying? Because I cannot stand it. Cannot stand it. I cannot stand watching a woman drink herself into oblivion, you know what I'm saying, in public places. Can't stand it. Tierra, man, I'm telling you, crazy. Like for a woman to be in that type of condition, that's you at that point you just lack self-respect because you just why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? You know how expect like you know how you get when you drink like that. Come on, man. And then you gonna get around dudes that's also drinking, and they not only are they also that they feeding you the drinks, they buying you the drinks, and you finna drink like that. Come on, man. Discernment is real. Like you gotta be smarter than that. Like to me, I start analyzing your like I start judging your intelligence. Like, dude, why are you letting these dudes buy you all these drinks and you drinking them? It's obvious what he trying to set you up for. So I avoided a lot of situations because I don't like to be around. I just don't like to be in those type of environments, you know. So I like listen. If I'm at a function and there's too many women there and they starting to drink, I just got to go, man. I can't be in that. I can't be in that type of environment, man. That is an annoying environment. Can't stand it. I can't stand it with a pack. I can't stand being around dudes that's drunk, but I definitely cannot stand being around women that drink. I can't stand it, man. It's a big pet peeve. Khalil, peace, what's happening? Like that should be one of your principles. Like I'm not going to get sloppy drunk around a bunch of strangers. Like that should be a principle that a woman stands for. Like seriously. Like all right, I'm going to this club. I might have a drink or two, but I'm not gonna get terribly drunk to where I'm gonna pass out on the floor and you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. Like that should not be happening, man. Shante, man, you know what I'm saying? Since I never experienced it, I don't even know. But I definitely don't know how they do it past their 20s. But I know plenty of people that do, you know. And at that point, it's just like an addiction, a habit. It's just a problem at that point. you know, and you need to get it checked out. There's no reason why you should be consistently gravitating towards that something that's destructing you or destroying you, I should say. You know, you shouldn't be consistently gravitating towards something that is killing you. That is a problem, and you need to get it checked out. You need to go to rehab or something. That's not normal. That's not healthy. Like, I'm a consistently gravitate towards something that's essentially killing me. No, that's not good. It's not a good thing. Clocks in. Peace. What's happening? Man, Dean, exactly. Man, I did a little going out my freshman year, but man, I couldn't fool with it, man. Definitely couldn't fool with them white parties, man. I couldn't fool with it, bro. I could not fool with. I was just never comfortable partying amongst white folks. I'm just like, it's so, because I'm sober, so you know it's easy to party when you about to get drunk with the people. You don't care who you party with when you get drunk, but when you sober, like, nah. Because I'm like, in my mind, so much can go wrong when I start when white people start drinking around black people. One of these white dudes might say the wrong thing, and we're gonna have a problem. And I'm sober, so it's gonna make me mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, these white chicks can accuse you all time. I'm gone. Like, it's so much that can go wrong when white folks drinking around you as a black person. So I'm like, man, to prevent myself from getting in trouble, because if one of these white dudes say something and I haul off and, you know what I'm saying, and we start to fight, then I'm gonna be the one that get penalized. I'm gonna be the one with the charges. You know, so I got to go. So I was never comfortable partying amongst predominantly white crowds, man. Because it was just so much that could go wrong, man. So much that can go wrong, man. The moment you say something wrong to me, we don't have a problem, because you already know how I feel. You know what I'm saying, about y'all in general. So like, the moment you start saying something slick, then when you start drinking, they say it's when the truth come out. So when you start telling me how you really feel, we're gonna have a problem. Tierra, all self-awareness, gone. It's just gone. C squared, peace. Appreciate that donation. You say, is keeping your seed within your race of woman or out be considered a principle? I would say yes. I would say yes, that would be considered a principle. That's one of my like, well, that's not like it totally, but one of again, another principle I have. I never date outside my race. I've never listen. I'm one of the black dudes that can proudly state I've never dated a white chick, never did anything sexual with a white chick, never. I don't have anything, never fantasized about a white chick. I can proudly say that. I can proudly say that. Never. It's never happened. That's been one of my principles, almost feel like, since birth. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my principles. I do not deal with anything outside of my race. Again, I ain't saying that you are a bad guy for dealing with women outside of your race. I'm just saying that's one of my principles. It's one of my principles. I got to deal with the original. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I stand for. You know, and even with C's, even with the kids, that's something that I would encourage. Again, I can't make them do anything, but I would encourage that. Like, hey, deal with your own kind. That's what I would encourage. Again, you can't make them do anything, but that's what I would encourage. That's what I would push and promote. That's the principle. That's something I stand for. CCP Queen, what's happening? Jay, there you go. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't mad at anybody about their preference. Preference is everybody has them, but like that's something that I stand for. Like, I don't get like, no. You know what I'm saying? That eliminates a lot of confusion. Might as well don't even come my way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I did 4 years at a predominantly white school. Man, I listen, there's not one white chick from that school, from that university, that I'm friends with on Facebook, Instagram, because I wasn't fooling with them. And I'm like, man, I don't fool with y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight up. You know what I'm saying? I did 4 years, man, and I'm telling y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. That joint felt like I did a prison bid. You know what I'm saying? It was just like that man. I was off in the trenches, but I stood on my principles. I wasn't going at all. I wasn't going at all. Like it wasn't happening, man. It just wasn't happening. Just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just could not. I just couldn't do it. You know, couldn't do it. Jasmine, there we go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that might be rare. You know what I'm saying? I know brothers that played in the snow. You know what I'm saying? I know that didn't happen. You know, but I'm one of the one I've never did it. Thunder, what you said? Jackson State, this chick I ran through in videotape. 96 was so bad she had to leave. I went back to visit in 04. She was back there starting over. Everyone from then were gone. Interesting. She got ran through videotape and then came back. Very interesting. That is very interesting. Walker, there we go. Shantae, you say your brother folded. I know I know plenty of brothers that folded. Plenty of. Again, I ain't, hey, you know what I'm saying? You folded, you did what you did. You did what you had to do. See squares, you did what you had to do. I ain't mad at you, but I just could never, I just couldn't do it. I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how bad I was being treated by black women. I don't care how bad I was treated by black women. It never was a thought like I'm finna go fool with. No, like I just never had that thought in my mind. Oh, Jay, for sure, man. Yeah. It's awkward too, man, because it's just awkward. Like I said, I was at that college, man. So I saw a lot of, you know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of brothers deal with the white side, man. It wasn't no like I'm trying to have conversation with these folks, and I'm just a person that stands for some things and the stuff that I be studying and like I didn't have anything in common. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to revolutionary music at the time, so I'm like, this awkward. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Dead Prez and he busts out in the song, I went to school with some redneck crackers. Like, I can't listen to that around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. Like, like it just things with that wasn't making sense. Like, I didn't have anything in common with them. You know, they don't understand how it is to be me. Like, I'm being mistreated. Like, they don't understand it at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in a class with a white chick and she like, oh, I can't believe racism. Like people are not out here discriminating. They're not out here being racist. Like that's not out here happening. Whole while when we go to the cafeteria, all the white folks on one. Like, come on, man. Like, duh, it's still out here. You know, so I couldn't deal with that, man. All clocks in for sure. You know what I'm saying? And principles help you not get crossed. You know, Thunder Scorpion. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, like I'm for real. Like honestly, if that happened to me, that's how I straight feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I had to get baptized or something. I don't even believe in that, but I feel like I had to go get baptized or something, cleanse myself of my sins. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would feel if I did that. So debonair, exactly. We the only, like I always have to explain when I start saying I'm race first and I don't date outside my race, I actually get more flack from black people because all the other ethnic groups understand that. Everybody else practices that. Everybody else understands this universal law, like it deal with your own kind. You know what I'm saying? But us. So when I say that 9 times out of 10, I'm getting a lot of flack from my own people. That's where I'm getting the most resistance when I start telling people, you know what I'm saying, I only date within my race, or you know what I'm saying? Like I get more flack from black people. Oh, love has no color. Yes, it do. That's why you prefer this white chick or this white man. Does have a color. Father Jai, exactly. You already know the song. These schools ain't teaching you. You already know. You know what I'm saying? I can't listen to that around them, you know. C Square, you say I don't want to get too deep. Yeah, man, they never too. Listen, C Square, man, look who you talking to, man. They never, you know what I'm saying? Situation they gonna never get too deep. But you say, brother, have you ever been with a woman with only the intentions to score, or has it only been within a relationship? See, I avoided a lot of those situations. I avoided a lot of those situations. I avoided them, and here's how I avoided them. I started to peep. I started to peep the game. You know, back when I used to drop my information, a lot of my information on Facebook, you would have a lot of women that would act like they was interested in you based on your mind. You know, so they'll start hitting up the inbox, expressing interest. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to go on dates, things like that. And once you actually meet them in person and start talking about the things that you talk about, I guess people thought that the stuff was a front. I guess people thought that I wasn't really about that life in person. So they'll meet you in person and you will start, man, I have my books on me. Like, I start mentioning books. I start talking about the same things. And then it was like, they not interested. You know what I'm saying? They not interested in that. They interested in what you just said, to score. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it was a prize to get this intellectual dude off of Facebook. You know what I'm saying? If I get him physically, then it's like it was a score to them, man. It's like they won. Like it's like they could brag or something. I don't know what the case was. Since I was like on all of this intellectual stuff, man, people thought, I guess, to get me in that element was to do something big, because I wasn't on Facebook talking about sex and all that type of stuff. So they figured, all right, man, if I can get dude, then I did something. I did something. So that happened to me a lot. I started chopping it up with him, and I'm like, man, you ain't really interested in what it is that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You see that I'm generating a lot of attention on social media, and you see what I'm talking about. You just want to, you know what I'm saying? You just want some pleasure from this situation. You want to be able to say, yeah, dude talking all this stuff on Facebook, but he did this with me in 1 or 2 days or something like that, man. Chicks grimy. Chicks is grimy, man. Like chicks is grimy. Grimy, man. Grimy. That's all I gotta say. But I was peeping the scene, man. They really wasn't interested. They really wasn't interested. They just, you know what I'm saying? I appeared to have, like, I was like that cross between when people say they want the intellectual dude, but it's kind of like he still got some street smarts about him. Like I was in that transition at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in that transition. So it was like, ooh, he got a good head on his shoulder. He got a good future ahead of him, but he's still connected to some of the, you know what I'm saying, to some of the nonsense that's out here, some of the troublesome people and all of that. He still could run in that circle if he wanted to. I was like, nah, leave me alone, man. I'm on this path and I ain't deviating from it. If you're not interested in this fully, then you're not interested in me. You're not respecting me. Jasmine, I'm telling you, I already know. You probably get so much flack from them, it's crazy. I already know. I can hear it now, actually. Oh, man. Chris, for sure. I ain't even really have no great one-on-ones with him, really. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had too many great one-on-ones with him when I was in Iowa. That wasn't really. Shante, man, yep. I done had plenty of those conversations, and it gives you a headache sometimes. Black Palladium, peace, what's happening? Terenzo, yeah, for sure. See, Screw, I'm telling you, man, I listen, that's why I tell people all the time. When I see dudes bashing black women based off of experiences, I be trying to tell brothers, man, people look at my situation like, oh man, you good. I'm like, dude, I witnessed some of the same things that y'all are talking about, and I never lost hope. I witnessed some trash, man. I witnessed some black women do some things, man, some foul things, bro. I've witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? But I never disown black women. Like I've witnessed some crazy things go on. Like I've witnessed some just all bad things. All bad things go on committed by black women. Just like I've witnessed bad things committed by black men. But I ain't never once said all black women are trash because of the few bad experiences that I witnessed or were a part of. You know, I didn't see some weird things go down, man. And I didn't been a part of some weird things going down. Magic for sure. That's what it is. That's literally it's for status, man. It's for status. You know, it was like I was an enigma. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't taught. It was like I wasn't driven by sex, so it appeared. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times that attracts the woman. Like they try to. It's like a person when I say I don't drink and they try to get me to have a drink. That's almost like what was happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't talking about sex. It was almost like I wasn't on that type of vibe. So it was like the women was like, "Ooh, I bet you I can get them." That's basically what was happening. You know what I'm saying? I was this intellectual, serious dude on Facebook. Women was like, "Yeah, I bet you he doing all that on Facebook, but I bet you behind closed doors he this, that, and the third." That's what was happening. But no, behind closed doors, I got these books. I'm studying my lessons. So you wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was happening. Ronnie for sure. Yeah, clocks in, man. Definitely stay away from them. Definitely. Hey, Black Palladium. Get them packages delivered, fam. For sure. Chris, my brother, appreciate that donation. You say don't know why, but single white mothers always flirting. Just because I talk white, I've only been with. Hey, man. He said you say the single soccer moms are always flirting, says Chris. Hey, I give off a vibe nowadays to where they don't nobody white folks don't fool with me. They afraid. They ain't nobody talking to me like they not talking to me like a old white dude to talk to me. Yeah, that the only thing I'm gonna get from a white woman is that little nervous, hesitant chuckle that they always do when they, you know what I'm saying, when they see a black dude. Yeah, that little hesitant, nervous chuckle. That's about all that's all I'm gonna get. That little corny little smile, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Like that's about all they gonna get from me. Like don't play with me, man. I don't fool with y'all, man. Leave me alone. Tierra be plot. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, man, I was a part of some plots, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm literally trying to tell y'all, bro. I was like literally, like it. I feel like it was some women plotting back in the day to catch your boy slipping. Catch your boy slip. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. When y'all out here talking about our dudes don't be rejecting sex, I'm telling y'all, if it's one dude that has rejected, I have done it. So you know what I'm saying? That's a thing. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Mugs out here trying to plot on the kid. And once you get hip to it, you like, oh, okay, nope. Nope. One thing I wasn't gonna get caught is slipping. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to get caught. So you not catching me slipping. My head was on the swivel. It's always on the swivel, man. I always question people's motives. Man, I can't tell you the amount. Man, I can't tell you you know what I'm saying, when we was in college, like my freshman year, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of the football team, so the football players having to move people in. You know what I'm saying? We had to help everybody move in and whatnot. Man, I can't tell you the amount of times people inboxing me trying to get them to move the whole wild stuff already moved. Trying to get you to move a TV from one end to the other that don't even make any sense. Oh, why they trying to catch you slipping? Andronicus piece, what's happening? Man, like it was just little dumb stuff that was going on. I was like, oh, okay, you just tried to get me in here. Ain't no other person in here. You tried to get me to help you move something that don't need to be moved. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. I'm gone. Like, yeah, you ain't catching me slipping. Eileen, you say I've heard a mixed girl whose mom was white and dad black say that black men are boyfriends and white men are husbands. Well, I guess I'm a boyfriend then. I'm whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because those labels don't mean much. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be a trash, toxic husband. So I guess I'll be a boyfriend. I'll be a positive, righteous boyfriend if that's the case. Cool with me. All these divorces out here, you know what I'm saying? Being a husband ain't much of anything. You know what I'm saying? How many of these marriages end in divorce? So if white men are husbands, cool. Cool. I'll be that boyfriend. I'll be that righteous, positive boyfriend. Shout out to the mixed girls' moms and whatnot. Or wait, did the mixed girl say that? Okay, yeah. Shout out to the mixed girl that said that. Hey, us black men, we boyfriends, and the white men are husbands. You know, shout out to the mixed chick that said that. Crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? I just learned today we boyfriends and white men are husbands. That's shout out for that information. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for that. That's some good information right there, man. You know. So black men do not aspire to be husbands out here, man. Y'all got to be the boyfriend. That's it. Yeah, Shantae. Yeah, I hate that smirk. I despise it. That smirk with that nervous chuckle. Like, man, please just. I'm not gonna harm you. I'm not gonna take your purse, lady. Oh, Chris, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was playing football, man, we had to travel to certain parts of Missouri that, you know what I'm saying, they got clan fits on and everything, man. I remember the last game that I played, my last high school football game, boy, was deep off in the trenches in Missouri. If we would have won that joint, I don't think we would have made it out of there alive, yo. Khalil, straight up. Straight up. That's what be crazy, man. When people be saying things like that as if like they're what they saying is like law. Like it be sounding so stupid. Then yeah, for sure. Like I said, we talk about this all the time. You a man, you reject any type of sex from a woman, you are automatically homosexual. Ray, peace, what's happening? Shantae, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like two bags and trying to get some help. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing that. You got two bags and then ain't nothing in the bags, man. Ain't nothing. You got bags of chips in the bag and you talking about you need help. Man, if you don't lift those two bags filled with bags of chips to that apartment, man, you better leave me alone. You know, and that's the stuff that was going on. Freshman year, people trying to get me to move. Like, nah, man, you don't need to move this TV. You need to move the TV from here to here. Like, no, nope. I mean, you say I know a Arab girl that only dates black guys, and she doesn't see the problem with that. Interesting. Hey, I didn't see. Whoo, boy! When I worked at the bank, you know what I'm saying, we dealt with a lot of Arabs. Boy, they women be looking so depressed and frightened and afraid. Man, it was a few times where they'd pull up with the lady in the boy. They be looking like save me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they be looking. That's the few times I done seen them. They looking like, man, would you please save me from this situation? That's the look that I received. That's the look that I received. So you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when black women get to talking crazy, when a dude just has certain preferences for women, I be like, man, y'all better be lucky. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better be lucky y'all ain't somewhere else to where y'all opinion don't matter at all. Like at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, y'all better be thankful that y'all opinion semi matters here, that y'all can do what y'all kind of want to do a little bit. So some of these other ethnic groups, man, they women be looking like they afraid for their lives out here and they can't even do nothing about it. Or so they feel. To Renzo, you know what I'm saying? We could original and the grafted. My brother Antonio for sure. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Those labels in and of themselves are trash. Like when somebody say, "Oh, black men are boyfriends and white men are husbands," those words don't even mean that. That didn't say anything about a dude being good or bad, like at all. Because like I said, just because you have the title of husband, that don't make you a good dude. You know what I'm saying? You could be plenty of trash dudes out here that are husbands. Plenty of husbands beating on their wives out here. Plenty of husbands cheating on their wives out here. So just because you have the title of husband, that don't make you a good dude. That don't make you a decent dude. That don't make you a righteous dude. It just make you a dude with a label. Tierra for sure. Hey, Eileen, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in the culture. Oh yeah, and so yeah, never the alphabet. Never the alphabet ones. Never them. Never. Hey Chris, what town you talking about, man? I think I need to know what town you talking about now. I think you told me, but I think I done forgot. Oh, then yeah, yeah, you can't have preferences out here. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? Ray, not mentally ready at all. Tierra, they don't mean a thing. A title don't make you a good person or a bad person. You know what I'm saying? It don't. A title like that. Oh, okay, Chris. I know about Ladai. Yep. Okay, I got you. Akil, you said I was raised in Islam. The women have no say so or in any rights at all. And really, technically, you know what I'm saying? If we being technical, if we being technical, if people follow the Bible, it's supposed to be the same thing. People follow the Bible. It's supposed to be the same exact thing. Like the Bible don't favor women too much either, you know? So it's really supposed to be the same thing. It's just not being enforced, as I was just talking about. So if we being technical, that Bible don't favor women too much as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I be looking at women like when we make simple suggestions, like, hey, when you go out to these environments, man, you might not want to reveal too much skin, and they start spazzing out on, bro, you try to troll me, woo, woo, woo. I say, dude, it could be much worse. All I'm saying, I'm trying to look out for you. Like, hey, man, you might not want to wear that considering where you're going. And at the end of the day, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying. Some other countries, you got to listen to what that dude's saying. So I'm like, hey, man, y'all need to calm down for real. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, I've seen some Arab women, and they be like, free me. And those Arab dudes were trash. They married the whole nine, trying to talk to everybody. I mean, just cheating. I mean, because they figure in their mind, since they women don't have to work and they just stay at home and they got all these businesses, that they supposed to just put up with it. Man, them dudes was man, that's crazy. Them dudes was treating them so bad, man, it's crazy. Ridiculous. The wife is in the building. Y'all say peace to the wife. So I just seen some crazy things from other ethnic groups. You know, so people yeah, y'all can do all this dealing with the other side if y'all want to. I just seen some crazy things in regards to how they treat their women. So all right, you can become a part of that. You can become a part of that if you want to. Black play is real in the entire field. Chris, you say my cousin got fired from community R6 school there outside Ladonia over her reaction to being really got fired. Yeah. But that don't surprise me considering where you're talking about. Dean, exactly. I know people, you know what I'm saying? I got people in my family that follow The Bible to a T. What they call sanctified. You know what I'm saying? The word women can't wear pants. They can't have no tattoos. They can't rock the. I know some of these women personally. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it. So I'm like, all right, you want a God-fearing Christian man, you know what I'm saying? You might want to think twice about that, because if you really get one, then you finna have to, there's a lot you're not finna be able to do. There's a lot that you're not finna be able to do. Like I said, I got this in my family. Like I know how it's supposed to go down according to the scripture. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're looking for, when you get it, then you don't get in your feelings. Because I know how it's supposed to go, man. I got that in my family, man. I got that in my family. When you rooted down south, you're going to see these type of things. Women out here wearing pants. Women, man, listen. Boy, there's some stuff right now that I like, some old relatives, like women trying to preach and teach. Oh, no. There's women standing up here preaching in some pants. Oh, it's got to go. No. Whoa. That's breaking all the codes. Like, you can't rock the jewelry, can't rock the makeup, man, nothing. I'm telling y'all, that's how it's supposed to go according to the scripture. So when these women be saying that Christian, they follow the Bible, I'm like, do you really? Do you really? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her wife for the donation, y'all. The wife just in here. Chris, for sure, none of that. Like, I got that in my family. None of that. You know what I'm saying? You better not wear pants. You think you finna come out this house with pants on? You finna come and think you finna call yourself a preacher? No, man, you gotta stop playing. You know what I'm saying? So that's, but hey, people get mad at our little suggestions that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you might not want to rock that in this environment. You know what I'm saying? You want to knock us over the head for that, but yet you want a God-fearing Christian man. Okay. When you say that, you telling us you want a man to lay down the law to you, tell you that you can't wear pants. You know, that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? You can't wear them pants. Oh, Antonio, man, man, listen. Whoo, just off my experience, I'm telling y'all, man, Arab dudes are sick. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, they sick. They sick. And white dude. Hey, don't sleep. Them Asian dudes, boy, them jokes, they be mean, bro. Like, the Arabs are, yeah. I'm telling you, man, they sick. They don't respect their women at all for the most part. It is like they don't care about them at all. At all. Like, no. Just no regards. Well, I say she's a black male worshiper. That's what that's what they call her out here. That's the word on the street. Whole while, you know what I'm saying? The crazy thing about that being a black male worshiper, the whole while, if any of the chicks that's saying that are religious and they believe in any God, then they a black male worshiper too. But that's another topic though. You know what I'm saying? All this talk, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that, you know. Once again, according to the scripture. I'll kill for sure. For sure. But man, I think man, I served my time for the day, man. I think I'm finna tap out, man. Before I do that, let me give y'all book of the day here. This book right here is the jewel right here. J.A. Rogers, man. World's Greatest Men of Color, Volume 1. Grab this book. Get all the volumes, but World's Greatest Men of Color, Volume 1. J.A. Rogers. Boom. This is the book. This is the book we breaking down a little bit, man. I broke this down some years ago. I'm diving back into it, but definitely add this book to the collection. If you don't already have it, J.A. Rogers, one of our great ancestors, man, that dedicated his life to studying the original man, the original woman, and gave us all the information that we need to empower ourselves, man. So again, cop this joint, cop everything by J.A. Rogers for sure. I'm saying this is a book. It's crazy. It's called the world's greatest men of color, but he mentions a lot of women in here, a lot of sisters in here. So it should have been called the world's greatest people of color, you know. But again, this book is definitely that joint, man. It's definitely that joint. This is a great history book, man. If you want to study your ancestors, man, get this collection of books right here. It lets you know, man. Some of our the story about Hannibal in this joint, just crazy, man. Just Hannibal was that dude. You know what I'm saying? Hannibal was that dude. Hannibal was that dude, man. That was probably my favorite joint in this one right here. Is him talking about Hannibal, man. Like the story of Hannibal. We should be like that. That's just, come on, man. Just military strategy. When black people ready to finally start taking life serious, we need to study Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? And that's what folks was doing. Even some of the Greeks were studying Hannibal and his military strategies, his military tactics. That's who we need to study. He over here conquering land with elephants, yo. Outnumbered, and he used the elephants to, come on, man. I ain't even about to go. That's a whole nother video. You know. But y'all, man, get on up out of here, man. I'm gonna keep tabs on this weather because I don't know what this is about to do over here, man. Probably gonna lay low for the rest of the remainder of the evening. Chill on out, man, and get back to it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to tap in with y'all tomorrow, so be on the lookout. Probably around this time tomorrow if I do anything. If not, I'm gonna tap in with y'all one day during the weekend. So I'm out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. Be easy out here. Be safe. Peace.